in the past people lived in a world of scarcity, and it's like the abundance is great, but you just need to have safeguards around it. So how you've managed to do it is monk mode and non-monk mode. Are there any other safeguards you've put in place to limit yourself in a world of abundance?
No, I think monk mode is the main thing because monk mode and environment. Like, yeah, dude, I'm very, I struggle with that a lot. Like, dude, as I said, once again, I think this is where it's like, I change. Like, I will say it's also different in the recent years because it's like from 2014 all the way up until like, I'd be 14 years old and like my friends would like want to hang out and I'd be like, no, because I haven't finished my book for the week. Like, I won't hang out until
Wow.
like it's, even though I had nothing I had to do, to me, it was the principle, like I'm building, like, and this will pay off one day. So in all fairness, I went through that from like 2014 all the way up until like 2019. In 2019, I started letting my hair down a little bit more, and I still would have fun growing up. As I said, I would, go to the clubs and dabble in a bunch of fun, different experiences and whatnot. But for the most part, I was like 98% of the time, I was very, very straight shooter. And now it's just I got a stage in my businesses where I have an incredible team. And I've realized literally the most important thing once you get to certain stages is hiring and maintaining a good company culture, and getting to a point where whatever you need to do, there's someone in your team who will do it better than you anyways. And you're just there to steer the ship. So now that I've gone to that point, now it's a little bit more difficult because it's like, man, when you have money, which means you have options in terms of like when you have location freedom, time, not only do I have financial freedom, a lot of people have financial freedom, but I have time freedom and location freedom. I can travel whenever, wherever. My time is highly leveraged because I have, my incredible team, and I don't really need to work ever again if I don't want to, as I said, because my investments have gone to a certain point. So because of all these things in place, and also just being young, and being in certain social circles, like, dude, there's temptation and there's like fun things going on, 24/7. And that's why I was like, I'm very, some people can do balance. I can't, and I wish I could. Like, I'm very like, okay, I'm not drinking alcohol, no alcohol, no caffeine, no sugar, doing my monk, 30 minutes a day meditation, doing my monk mode protocol. And I will do that 6 months a year. And then 4 months a year, I'll be, I say this jokingly, like a raging alcoholic. Like I'll be, that's the way usually my year, recently, like 2019, 2020, and 2021, it's like 6 months a year, super focused in, super knuckle down, following back then what was a monk mode protocol, but I didn't call it that. I just put that, I threw up on my story like 2021, like, monk mode, blah, blah, and then just kind of caught on. But yeah, like that's the way I do it. It's like first 6 months a year. Cause also like the other thing is, a lot of people, they go against the current, or they go against the tide. Like and I think this is where it's very important to know yourself, right? And have self-awareness. Like I'm a person who just for whatever reason, the first 5-6 months a year, there's nothing I care about except for work. Like I don't know. It's just the way the things are. And by the time that it gets to June, July, August, there is nothing that I care about except for having a glass of wine, and traveling and fucking having crazy experiences and so much fun and this and that. And like work goes from my first priority to like my third priority. Now I couldn't do this in 2017 because I didn't have the team and I didn't have enough time in the trenches and this and that. But my team even knows this. The first 6 months a year, I'm the hardest working on the team. And for 3 months a year, I'm the least hardworking in the team. And then usually the last 3 months a year is kind of like a transitionary phase where, it's a little bit more of what people would call balance. And that's just what works for me. And, I wished that wasn't the case. I wish I could be a lot more balanced, but